It's over. Time to say it again, Boston. Anything's possible. Banner number 18 has been secured. Throwing in the corner. Brown fakes, fires up the three. Bang! Bang! Missed free throw. Horford the rebound. Here's Pritchard. He loves these. Puts it up half court of the buzzer. Bang!
Tatum. Oh, what a fake. Tatum. You bet.
What's up, everyone, and welcome back to your Celtics source, home of your 33-15 second place Boston Celtics. The road to Banner 18 is not paved with mediocrity. Playing 500 basketball is not going to cut it. But a 7'4" Latvian Moses just might lead them to the promised land. Kristaps Porzingis yet again delivered a dominant performance, proving that why he's an absolute game changer for the Celtics. All right, he dropped 34 points tonight on 55% shooting, including 8 for 14 from deep, tying a career high for three-pointers in a game. And whether it be pick and pop threes or transition shots or just rising over defenders with ease, he was just unstoppable. But his impact went beyond just his scoring. Right? He hauled in 11 rebounds, snatched 3 steals, dished out a couple assists. Right? Beyond the box score, his presence alone changes the whole game for the Celtics. Right? It's the gravity that he creates on offense, the rim protection on defense, the confidence he instills in his teammates. Right? This isn't Glaze. I'm just laying down the cold, hard facts. Right? Porzingis set the tone early with 13 out of the Celtics' first 15 points, sparking a 10-0 run to start the game. Right now, he's carrying the team. And while it's thrilling to watch, the Celtics can only hope for him to stay healthy, because without him, this team isn't making it past the second round. Just the threat of him launching a 35-foot three completely altered the Bulls' defense. Right, leaving the paint wide open for his next-door neighbor, Jaylen Brown. And Brown took full advantage of it. Right, he put up monster numbers as well. 28 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. But the most important stat might just be his 0 turnovers. On a night where Jayson Tatum was being doubled, sometimes even triple-teamed, on nearly every possession, and I'll get into that later, but Brown sort of stepped up in the absence of him. Right? JB can be erratic at times, losing the ball, sort of bad passes, sometimes throwing up unnecessary shots, but when he's in control, bulldozing his way to the basket, I don't think there's a single guy in the league that is built to stop him. I mean, the combination of strength and athleticism makes him impossible to contain. Right? And I love how the Celtics attack the paint, recognizing that, the Bulls have a big weakness, and that is their sort of in the paint defense. Right? I think they're one of the worst in the league. Right? And Chicago worked tirelessly to eliminate the Celtics 3-ball. So it makes sense that the Celtics were diving to the paint, sort of relentlessly exploding that interior defense. Right? And I want to talk about Jayson Tatum and addressing why this Jaden Springer nonsense is getting out of hand. But before that, I will just point out that, right, the Bulls were missing basically the only player that can keep them in games in Zach LaVine, right? And he's also in the trade rumors list. He might not be here by the end of next week. And as for the Celtics, they were missing Sam Hauser, Al Horford tonight. Right? I'm not really sure what's up with either of them. Right? With Horford, it has something to do with his toe. With Hauser's absence is concerning, just because if it's related to those, back issues that he was dealing with at the beginning of the season, that would be really unfortunate because he was just sort of coming back to what we saw from him last season in his numbers percentage-wise. Right? Hopefully this isn't a long-term setback for either of them. And now Jayson Tatum, right? Jayson Tatum's recent stat line might suggest that, he's in a slump. Right? His scoring numbers have dropped by 5 points throughout January. His shooting percentage have taken a hit. But that's not entirely his fault. The primary reason for Tatum's really statistical drop isn't necessarily his own play, and sort of it's the way that defenses are treating him and how his teammates are responding, right? Teams are throwing up aggressive double teams and triple teams, as I said before was the case tonight, and his teammates, Tatum's making all the right reads, finding open guys, and the issue is his teammates just simply cannot knock down a shot. Right? Basketball is a team sport, and when your shooters aren't converting, it limits how effective the Celtics ball movement can be, right? If Tatum, forces the issue against multiple defenders, it's gonna lead to inefficient possessions, turnovers maybe even, right? So he has to find a guy that's open, and his teammates have to hit them at a consistent rate. Once that happens, defenses will be forced to play them, and that'll leave JT with just single coverage, which will allow him to get his scoring and offensive numbers back up. That said, Jayson Tatum still had some impressive moments tonight. He hit a difficult buzzer beater to end the half, and he finished the highlight from Jaylen Brown's through the legs feed. Right? He continues to battle against a tough whistle from officials, which, right? Could he be better? Of course. But to suggest that Tatum is somewhere close to the Celtics' problem right now is absolutely not true. His impact goes beyond the box score, right? Rebounding. And once his teammates get into a rhythm, I expect his numbers to go right back up. Okay. Jaden Springer. This has gotten out of control. Jaden Springer's name has been attached to almost every trade rumor for the Celtics this season. And the question still remains, do the Celtics have a role for him? And it's sort of a yes and no answer. Right? He brings energy, his defensive intensity, a level of physicality that can ignite a spark in the rest of the team, but he's playing way too much. Right now, I think he got 20 minutes in the Bulls game, which, feels excellent. Feels, way too much, excessive given, his offensive limitations. Right? His defensive impact is, of course, fantastic. But the Celtics are essentially playing 4-on-5 offense when he's on the floor. And, that's a tough trade-off when baskets are hard to come by in the playoffs. And that's sort of part of the reason why no team has sort of jumped at the opportunity for a trade yet. Right? right? I would say Joe Mazzulla. Well, some people say that Joe Mazzulla is sort of giving Springer extended minutes to sort of showcase him for a potential trade. But, Joe Mazzulla isn't like that. He's just playing the guys who thinks gives them the best chance to win, right? And I think he believes that the Celtics can afford to play that 4-on-5 offense as long as their defense holds strong with Springer on the floor. And I think he really hopes that Springer's tenacity will actually set the tone and inspire the stars to bring the same. And then once that happens, you can take Springer off the court. But there has to be some sort of balance. He can't be playing extended 5 to 6 minutes at a time, right? Just bring him in strategically for a couple minutes here and there to sort of in big moments when the Celtics need a stop, right? He's not playoff ready. He can't deal with the 6 to 7 minutes in a row, and it could become a liability for teams when they actually scout against Springer, which, it's not happening yet, but, his future in Boston is still uncertain. He might be traded next week. He could just, sit on the bench and Celtics will pay his contract. Celtics could still use a wing. Yeah, I'm going to wrap this video up here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Follow on social media. Celtics have 2 big games coming up against 3 big games. 2-ish. We got the Pelicans, then we got the Sixers, and then next week we got the Cleveland Cavaliers, which the Celtics need to get the win on. And yeah, until next time, go Celtics.
Folks, this looks like it's going to be a layup. Watch Derek White sprint and tell Jimmy Butler, not happening here. Are you kidding me? That's ridiculous.